Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a Divine Feminine Healing and Ascension reading. So we're really going to dive into what is going on for you Divine Feminines out there, regardless of what kind of journey you're on. Just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't, okay? So if you guys are interested in any of the decks that I'll be using here, as well as this beautiful Organite, or even receiving a personal reading with me, I will put all of that information down below. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we need to know today about our Divine Feminine Healing and Ascension journey at this time. Let's see what those energies are. What do we need to know here at this time for Divine Feminines out there? Okay, so we have the law of correlation, witnessing the boomerang effect of your beliefs and actions. So to me, this is kind of like the law of attraction, actually. It's like what we're thinking here, whatever you put out comes back, that sort of thing, maybe even karma, something such as that. So let's go ahead and see what chakra wants to come through that's connected to this energy here of something that we're putting out. We have speak the truth. This is awesome. This is the throat chakra. So the throat chakra, you guys, are things that we're actually saying, things that we're speaking into the world. This is coming back to us. So this could be coming back to us in a positive, or it could be coming back to us in a negative way. So let's just see what is coming through for this. Ooh, we have deserving. So some of you guys might not feel like you deserve good things. Maybe some of you guys actually do. So this was interesting. I was listening to something, I think it was a podcast, and it was talking about, I don't know, some TV show. I think it was like The Bachelor or something like that, where the girl didn't get picked. And so she was in this interview and she's crying and she's basically saying, but I deserve to be married. I deserve to be happy. I deserve all these things. It's not fair. It's not fair. And I think that the person on the podcast was basically saying, like, the energy is not matching up with the belief. It's like you're saying these things, but do you truly believe these things? And so the speech and all the words that were coming out were very much this defeated kind of energy. So saying I deserve it isn't enough. Speaking affirmations isn't enough. I actually see this on reality TV all the time. I'm a woman, hear me roar. I'm not going to be second best, but then the whole show goes on and she's chasing the guy. So do you see how that's not matching up? So I feel like these are coming to my mind for a reason. Our belief systems are not actually matching up with the actions that we're taking. So Spirit wants to say something about this. We have to speak our truth. We have to mean it. We have to, when we say something, we have to follow through. If we tell someone something such as, you know what, this is my boundary, and somebody pushes it and then we just cave, we're not in alignment with our truth. We're deceiving ourselves at this point, right? We must feel like we don't deserve to be heard. We must feel like we don't deserve, what it is that we're asking for. So Spirit is basically going to bring back to you something. Now, you might put a boundary up with someone and then they come back and they try to mess with you. That's not necessarily your fault, but it gives you an opportunity to practice putting up that boundary and saying, no, I told you, I meant it. It's like children. Children keep asking or pushing until you give in. There are some people that are very childlike and like that. So if you guys are dealing with someone right now that's trying to get you to do something that's inauthentic to you, or trying to get you to do what they want you to do, even though you put up your boundary and you said, no, I'm not going to do that, or no, I mean what I said, but then you kind of like you're lax and you just kind of let it slide. I feel like what we're doing is we are not matching our words up with our beliefs. And so Spirit is saying that there's something that could be happening over and over again until we really are in our authentic truth and put up those proper boundaries and tell certain people no. But you don't even need to tell certain people no. You can just disengage and stop having conversations. If you've told someone something and they just keep coming at you, you don't need to re-explain anything to that person, because clearly they're not going to get it. But what they are going to get is when you don't engage with them anymore, when you don't answer their message or answer the phone, they're going to know that your boundary is in place and that you meant what you said. So I don't know who that's for today, but that is interesting the way it's coming through. So some things come to us in the form of a challenge and a lesson, and some things come in the form of, oh, okay, cool. You know, you're respecting my boundaries. But now we have the 9 of Inspiration, which is the 9 of Wands. Do you want to know what the 9 of Wands is, you guys? It's a card of being on the defense. It is about holding up your boundaries and not letting people through because somebody or people are pushing you right now, and they're either not taking you seriously, even though you said, no, this is how I feel. Someone is trying to push you to either do something that you don't want to do, or you've already established this boundary and it's just like they keep pushing you further and further until maybe you're just like, I just have to cut you off now at this point. So this could be with your masculine. Yes, this could also be with your family members, your coworkers, your friends, groups of people, etc. But the 9 of Wands is a wounded warrior. Like, you've been through a lot and you've been through enough to know how you feel, what you want, what you deserve. And if other people can't get with the program, they might have to go. You might have to show them the door or just completely stop engaging with them altogether. Interesting information. All right, let's see what else. We have the 6 of Materials, you guys, which is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is beautiful. It's reciprocity. It is basically give and take, a nice exchange of energy. You give, this person gives, it's equal. So this right here is almost like if you have to go through a few times with certain situations or people, the right people will comply. The right people will respect you and give to you in the way that you're asking to be given to. Others will treat you the way that you treat them. Then there will be other people that don't like it and they will fall away. Or you will make them go away because you're no longer going to be engaging with them anymore because you know you deserve more. So I feel like what Divine Feminines are being told right now through this opening message is that it's like the movie Some Kind of Wonderful from the, 80s? Where at the very end, Amanda Jones, who has been this popular girl, and she's always had all of these people that, want to be her, and she's just very popular. And she said at the very end is, I would rather be alone for the right reasons than not be alone for all the wrong reasons. So I'm kind of getting that some of you are upgrading your environment, some of you are upgrading your energy, and you're realizing that you would rather have people that are on your same page, or you would rather just maybe stand alone or have a smaller circle. Because at the end of the day, if you constantly have to be on the defense, 9 of Wands, if you constantly have to tell people no over and over and over again, those are people that do not respect your boundaries. And sometimes, like I said, people will start to learn or comply, or they will push you even further or just not care and fall away. And in my opinion, I feel like when that happens, it's just a natural process of maybe the trash taking itself out, or just you're no longer in alignment with people and vibrationally you just match elsewhere. Either way, it's, I feel, a win-win for everyone. So these are our opening messages here. I hope there was something in there that resonated with you for your current journey. All right, so let's see what else we need to know about our journeys. The law of polarity. Wow, I can't talk. Polarity. How hard was that to say? The moment that you judge anything as good or bad, you set the universe into motion. I completely agree, because this right here is about black and white thinking, okay? And that can sometimes be a trauma response, because we're so used to having to choose, or we're so used to having to see people all good, all bad, right? Major polarity. I don't know why I can't say that word. But this is basically saying here that being somewhere in the middle is where that sweet spot is. It's like, yes, there will be times where you do have to make a hard yes or a hard no decision, for sure. But that's not every day, because that's survival, actually. That's like fight or flight response. We don't have to constantly be in that energy. It's very 3D. At some point, we're going to have to evolve enough to know that our intuition is also in place that will help us to make decisions. And there will be times where we can say, you know what? Yeah, I actually feel like that will be okay. And there will be other times where our, ego or shadow will go, hell no, you need to get out of this situation. This is a hard no. But cruising in the middle, that right there is going to create more of a peaceful, more tranquil life. Okay, if you're constantly high and low all the time, that is just no way to live. So there's something about mellowing out. There's something about balancing things out, balancing the energy, maybe through meditation or journaling, reflection, or maybe even some healing, especially if we feel constantly up and down with our moods. So let's see what we need to know here. Okie dokie. We have all of the chakras coming through for this one. To me, this is like the magician, but he is older. Okay, he's got his wand, his staff, very magical. Manifester, it says manifestation. So these are all the 7 chakras here. And so this is, I feel, very root chakra, survival, 3D. That's the red root chakra. And then what ends up happening is then we can take this all the way through the rest. So that means that we're going to be taking that into our relationships. We're going to be taking that into the way that we value ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. We're going to be taking that into our heart space, into our feelings, and also our empathy for other people. Then we're going to take that into our throat chakra, which is the way that we're speaking to other people. This very black and white thinking, this very extreme energy, is going to be very disruptive, and it's going to set a lot of things into motion. It's going to create a lot of cycles. So I feel like Spirit is basically saying here that the better bet is to try as much as you possibly can to just be in a more balanced state of mind. So that way you can kind of cruise through all the elements of life rather than being in this constant up and down, fight or flight mode with everything that you experience on every single level. So you're going to manifest more tranquility, peace, and happiness by being more in that middle way of thinking, that middle road. New project. Okay, so there might be something that you guys want to manifest, as in a new business. You have an idea. You're wondering whether or not you can do something with this. I'm seeing yes. There are going to be, it's like if you look at situations, there's downsides, but then there's also good sides, upsides, right? Everything is actually black and white, dark, light, shadow, light, whatever. Life is made of it. But if we constantly think of all the terrible things that can happen, then we're never going to take a risk. If we constantly look at everything that's good, then we're not going to be prepared for if something does happen that's a tragedy. We're not going to be prepared for that. So do you see, it's just another example of trying to remain somewhere in the middle and take both things into account, because that would be smart when it comes to creating things. But don't let one rule out the other, because we do need to have our feet planted on the ground, but not so much to where we don't dream and, just dream and have visions for what could be. So there's places for both of those energies here in our lives. But it's about not letting one outweigh the other, not getting completely balanced or lost in that energy. We have the Two of Emotions, which is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups can be the connection that we feel with our masculine. So if some of you feminines right now, you have a masculine, maybe you guys are actually manifesting or working on a project to create something together. That could be it. Maybe you're starting to come into some purpose or mission with your masculine and you want to move forward with the new project or an idea. So this is basically going to take two people, right? We're going to have to balance out. We're going to have to compromise for two people to move forward with this project or this idea. This could also be just balancing the yin and the yang of your emotions, or balancing these two polarities, right? So if we're completely in the clouds, we're probably not going to get anything done, because we're going to be dreaming and we're not going to be able to take tangible action. But if we're only in the physical, rational mind and saying, okay, well, I've got to do all these steps, then we're not really leaving any room for creativity and what could be. So that you see, I keep saying the same thing over and over. We just have to have both. Okay, so we have a few cards coming out, so I will take those because I feel it means something. Love that. That Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It's expansion. It's freedom to dream, freedom to live, freedom to travel, to basically tap into your inspiration and your creative side and like very much soar. So dream and live and move. And we have the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer's energy, and it's also about two energies that are on the same page. So it is black and white energy, but it is about both, needing both in order to move forward. So that just solidifies that message. Now we have the Ten of Voices, which is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is a painful ending. And then we have the Fool's energy. I don't know why it's coming up in the reverse, but I feel like there is some fear here. There's fear because maybe some of you have tried something before in the past and it didn't work out. Maybe some of you guys are afraid that if you take a risk or a chance to do something, it's going to end terribly. This could be a chance with the masculine. This could be coming together with the masculine. But I'm getting here, you guys, if that you look at things in black and white, you're never going to know. You're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to find a way to find balance, so that way you can bring something together, so you can take the next steps with whatever this is, whether it's a project or, a reconciliation, or whatever. So Knight of Wands can sometimes be short-lived. It can also being about taking your expectations off the table. Kind of just seeing where things go. Why do we have to know everything? Why does everything have to be set in stone? So if some of you guys are getting an opportunity to, let's just say, get together with this masculine and, maybe learn each other all over again, or start to heal, or start to work out some of the issues that maybe you guys have had, it doesn't have to be all or nothing, because that's also black and white thing. It's all or nothing. It's like, that probably didn't work before and it's not going to work again. And you might not want to be a fool. You might not want to take this risk because you're afraid of the pain. Well, again, if you live on that side of the street, you're never going to know what the other side of the street has to bring. So you're going to have to take a little bit of a risk, you guys, if you want to know what's going to happen next. And if you do fall and you do feel the pain of the Ten of Swords, I'm getting here, so be it. You're not going to die from it. You're going to learn from it. So if some of you guys are like, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if I should do that, I feel like what Spirit is saying here is you'll never know as long as you stay in this black and white thinking, which is, I just can't handle the pain, it's too much. But then you can't stop thinking about what could be. So do you see how it requires you to be in the middle in order for you to experience anything, and in order for you to manifest any kind of change here? Now, if this is not about your masculine, it's not about like another person, maybe it's your own inner masculine energy, it's going to require both the masculine and feminine energy within you to work together in order to take a risk and in order to make something happen in your life, especially if you want to start something new here. You're going to have to balance these energies. So that's just what this message is. It's all about balance, balance, balance. And when you can balance this energy properly, you're going to be able to travel and move forward. These two cards indicate travel to me. Let's just say you want to move somewhere, but you're scared. Let's just say you want to leave a situation that you've been comfortable in for a long time, but you're scared. This is coming up for you because you're supposed to take a risk. You're supposed to do something here. That's the only way that things are going to manifest. This is the only way you're ever going to know. If you're supposed to connect with this, connect with your destiny, connect to your fate, it's by taking a risk and moving forward. There has to be action here, or nothing will happen for you. So I hope that makes sense and resonates with somebody out there. There's a lot of different messages to get to the very basic message of balance. So that was it. Balance, balance, balance. All right, what else do we need to know? The law of destiny. It's written in the stars. What you wholeheartedly desire is your destiny. Yes, I love this. So to me, it kind of reminds me of what we just went into. The Two of Cups is like what you feel like you're connected to, what you feel like is meant for you. But until you make a move, you're not going to be able to manifest this. You're not going to be able to know whether or not something is what you want it to be or what you think it's going to be. Regardless, it's your destined path to try. That is what I am seeing here. It might be your destiny also to experience some pain. Sometimes when there is pain, there is definitely gain. You are learning a lot. Stop being so afraid of this pain, you guys. You know, there are sometimes people that are absolute control freaks, and so they feel like they need to know everything before they take a risk or a chance. It's ridiculous. Life does not work that way. So if you feel like you are above the law and you are supposed to know everything before you make a move, you're freaking fooling yourself. So it's like very much in your ego, thinking that you're controlling everything. People that actually believe that, they're going to suffer a lot more because they're very attached to their physical world and the things that they have to see in order to make a move. There's no faith there. It's just, I have to know. I have to see tangible proof and evidence. It destroys a lot of living and a lot of experience if you're stuck there. So you're going to have to take some risks, unfortunately. And not all risks are going to feel good, but that's living. We have guilt. This to me is like the root and sacral chakra together. The sacral chakra is the second one, and it is about our intimacy, and it's the way that we connect with other people. Now, the root, though, is about the physical world, and it's also about the ego. Guilt. So there's guilt here. There's guilt with doing something that we feel destined to do. We wholeheartedly believe that we're meant for something else. Let's just say some of you guys are currently in a relationship. This is just an example, or a job. You're not happy. It's not for you, and you know it. It has ran its course. There's nothing more to learn. You know that the time is basically expiring or already has expired, and you now are feeling mass amount of guilt because you want to open yourself up to new opportunities. And, maybe the person that you're with doesn't want to let you go. Maybe the person that you're with, is very comfortable with the way things are, but you're not happy. You can't help but feel things that are destined. So when you feel like there's more to life than what you're experiencing or living, that is your destiny calling. So there's this energy of like being stuck in the material world, but knowing that there's something out there that's calling you to connect with it. And this Two of Cups energy that came up earlier, to me, that is the connecting you to what you love, whether it's connecting you to an actual person or connecting you to what you want to do in this life. But you're never going to know it as long as you stay parked here in that fear of not having enough or not making it, or I'm scared to make a move because what if I fail? We'll never know unless we take that leap. So let's see what else. Law of attraction. I mean, to me, that was what the manifestation card was here. This is about making moves, right? It's the energy that we are applying to things. It says, keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. So let's just say you're wanting to improve your life. You're wanting to be happy. You're wanting to do things, but you're in a household, just an example of somebody who is addicted to something. They have an addiction, or they're just like a rageaholic. They're very negative. They're very, just everything about it. Like they're poisoning the atmosphere constantly. You're not thriving in that atmosphere. Let's just say you're in a job that you absolutely hate. Your boss is miserable. Your coworkers are miserable. You're not able to thrive in that experience. It's very, very difficult to detach yourself from that energy. So if you guys feel like there's something else out there that's calling you, you've got to start trying to work on the core issues as to why you feel this guilt and shame for wanting the things that you want, or giving yourself permission to be happy in this life. So we want to attract it, but then like we want these things. We feel like we deserve these things, right? I deserve this. And it's funny because I was just talking about this, that deserving, right? I deserve this. We're saying it, but are we living it? You see there? See, there's the hiccup. We say it. We affirm it. We put it on our vision board. But we're not really living that life. We're not even aligned with that. What are we doing? So Spirit's given us an opportunity here to get aligned with this shit. Let's get aligned with it so we can start attracting it to ourselves. This is one more example I'm going to give. I might be calling a couple of people out here. I want to meet someone new. I want to be happy, but yet we spend our time stalking our ex-boyfriend online and keeping tabs on all the things that he's doing with either a new partner or whatever. That is working against the law of attraction. You're not going to experience anything new if your head is still buried in the past. So we've got to get in alignment with the energy. We've got to get into alignment with the vibration that we're trying to create. So Spirit's saying, let's change it up. Let's change it up. Muse of inspiration. The muse of inspiration is the King of Wands, kick-ass energy, Leo King all the way, having the strength, having the courage, finding oneself, knowing oneself, very sovereign person, is unapologetic and unafraid to be themselves. So to me, this is what you want to attract. You want to attract this type of person to you. You need to become this person. You need to become this person, okay? You want someone that knows what they want. You want someone that is full of life, that wants to maybe travel, wants to live life to the fullest, doesn't look at life as in it's over, maybe wants to use their voice to make changes in the world, maybe wants to inspire or motivate people. Maybe that's what you want to do too. So if you would like to connect with someone like this, or have this in your life, this is about you becoming this for yourself. So we have to become what we want to attract. That is the message. And we have the Page of Inspiration. It starts with an idea. It starts with a crumb. This is where we start. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, and then the King. That's the King, the Page to the King. This is a journey. This is a leap. This is the path. So we're on our way to becoming that King of Wands. We're on our way. Maybe we're not quite there yet, but it's a part of our journey to arrive at this destination. So it starts with you right now. It starts with your creative ideas. It starts also with you removing these blocks of guilt and shame on your journey. It also starts with you realizing that you really do deserve this and really believing that you deserve it. It's not enough to say it. It's not enough to affirm it. It's not enough to post a positive quote on Facebook or Instagram. It's not enough. Do you believe it? Because if you don't, you're gonna have to do that work and undo all this programming and undo all this crap that's holding you back, because you are destined for great things, Divine Feminine. But if you don't believe it, and if you don't feel like you really truly deserve it, it's not gonna become a reality for you. And so this leads me to this very first message, which is the boomerang effect of your beliefs and actions. When you can get these things in alignment with each other, it's going to come back to you and you're going to experience this. You're going to have it mirrored to you. And I love that we have the lion, which is Leo's energy. We have these two lions that are on the same page, two powerhouses together, two powerhouses kicking ass on this, just this journey of life and just on this freaking planet. So if you feel like you are meant to thrive and also have someone by your side as in a team, like a person on your team, could be your masculine or feminine, whoever's watching the video here. But this is basically suggesting that we're not going to be able to mirror this. Interesting, mirrored here. Look, mirrored. That's something here. You want this mirrored back to you? Become it yourself. You will have that mirrored back to you. That's what I'm seeing. So these messages were really just for your own empowerment on your journey, whatever you're going through, whatever's happening here. It's always just what I want for you guys. So just take everything how it resonated for you. And thank you very much for watching. All right, you guys. I hope you have an incredible rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.